city sure is strange. Yeah, I feel like there's something missing.
There's no nature.
Indeed. I haven't spied a single blade of grass, let alone a tree.
Is it because they're using spyrix?
More likely because there aren't any spirits.
Exactly. As the spirits became scarce, all signs of nature withered with them. Olympias is in its death throes.
So this world needs spirits.
What was that?
Alvin, what does that poster say?
Support the Otherworld reactor plan. They were probably put out by a union of spyrix-using merchants.
It sounds like they're really dependent on spyrix.
You look like a deep-pocketed lot. Help us pull the plug on the reactor plan.
Tell me, old-timer, why do you need donations to stop the plan?
Filing official protests with the government isn't free, you know.
Phew! Did you take a bath in booze today?
What's the deal with this doll?
Count me in. I want to stop the Otherworld reactor plan.
Jude, wait.
Thank you, lad. Thank you.
I wonder how Gaius intends to stop the plan.
With Muse's power at his disposal, they could show up on this side at any moment.
That's true.
No point moping around on an empty stomach. Balin should have that food ready by now.
Hey,
Listen,
Mila.
Mila. Oh, sorry.
It's fine. Go ahead.
No, after you. Mine can wait.
Why is everyone behaving so strangely?
A lot happened after you went away. It helped us grow up a bit. But growing up certainly doesn't solve everything.
I bet Alvin feels the same way.
I see. You humans mature so quickly. Then again, what adult with an ounce of common sense would hunt down Maxwell and pick a fight with him?
Well, the lack of common sense part.
That's probably your influence, Mila.
How dare. Did Jude and Leia have a fight with Alvin?
Why do you ask?
Intuition.
Your intuition is on the mark as ever. I only heard about it after the fact, though.
Alvin tried to kill Jude, and he even shot Leia.
It didn't seem to be one of his typical betrayals. It was his actions that led to your apparent death. That must have been quite a shock to him.
That was probably true for Ivor, too.
They fought with Ivor, too?
We all did! He ran like a frightened bunny! We finished off Pressa and Agria, too!
Though that, too, was a painful conclusion for Alvin and Leia.
I see. Now I understand why everyone's changed so. From the nature to the culture, everything on Olympia seems so different. This is your homeland, right, Alvin?
Yep. The source of the spyrix you hate so much.
You don't sound too happy about it. Didn't you want to return here more than anything?
Well, I thought I did. I wonder why I wanted to return to this doomed world.
It is true that its spirits have withered and its plants and animals are disappearing. But Olympias isn't over yet.
The people here brought this upon themselves by using spyrix. You aren't even the real Maxwell. Do you really intend to save humans like that?
Yes, this is a human problem. And as you know, I'm quite fond of humans. Whether I'm Maxwell or not is beside the point.
I see. Glad to... Heading out?
I'm off to Helia Borg. I hear the results of some new spyrix research just came in.
Oh, right. You did say you were an engineer.
Well, hey, Balin buddy! Where's our chow?
I put together a real nice spread back in my apartment. Feel free to dig in.
Thank you so much.
If you don't mind me asking, where exactly did you find us?
Out past Helia Borg, where I'm heading now. You were sprawled at the foot of the hill on the other side of the complex.
Thank you.
No problem. Anyway, I'll see you guys later.
So, What's everyone's plans from here on out? If we head to that spot Balin mentioned, we might be able to get back to Rize Maxia.
Oh, I see. That's why you asked.
Although, I'm not planning to leave until I find a way to help both Rize Maxia and Olympias.
Is there any way we can help?
Of course. I doubt I could figure things out alone. Just having you here would be a huge morale boost.
We mustn't underestimate the circumstance, though. We must contend with spyrix devices, the Otherworld reactor plan, and even Gaius.
That's why you want us all to decide for ourselves.
Try to head back home or figure things out here, huh? Wow, that's tough.
I realized something once we landed on this side. We can't eliminate Spyrix from Olympias, but we still need to get rid of the schism. It's a real conundrum. I want to figure out what I can do about this.
Well, you know I won't agree to anything that hurts my own people.
But we need to find something to help the spirits as well.
I have something to say. If we can't eliminate Spyrix, then I will take the extra effort to watch over and protect the birth of new spirits, so their numbers stay intact.
But that means...
Spirits are another part of nature's cycle, just like humans. I will find a way to support them both.
You sure about this?
I've thought long and hard about this. Jude, if you're convinced that we can't get rid of Spyrix, then I won't argue. But we can't waste time debating this. We need to head to Helia Borg.
She's got a point. Any place working on spyrix research is probably involved in the Otherworld reactor plan.
Can I get answers from everybody by the time we get there?
Okay.
Is my role to offer support, or is it to lead?
What's happening?
Helia Borg is under attack!
What?
You should turn around and leave. It's not safe here. I just don't understand why anyone would attack the Spyrix Research Center.
Who's behind the attack?
We have no idea. The attackers were using calculatrix without spyrixes. How is that even possible?
What's that?
Spirit arts produced using spyrixes. If the attackers didn't need them, I think we know who they are.
Sounds like Gaius is already making his move.
Let's go. I want to make sure Balin is safe. It must be shocking for the Olympians to see us using arts without Spyrix.
Not so much shocking as terrifying. To us, it's as if you have supernatural powers.
But in a lot of ways, it's Spyrix technology that's more powerful.
People fear what they cannot understand. That's why we're so quick to discriminate against other races and cultures.
Alvin, were you scared when you first came to Rize Maxia?
I was. The people seem like monsters to me.
And how do you feel now?
Now? You know, some are good, some aren't.
I'm glad to hear that.
It sounds like young men from Olympias start out quite naive.
And old men are condescending no matter which world they come from.
So how far is Olympias from Rize Maxia? It really isn't about distance. They're, like, separated by an impassable wall. Oh, I know! Rize Maxia and Olympias are about as far apart from each other as men and women are. An impassable wall? Does that mean we can never go home? I won't be able to see Drusilla again?
That's horrible.
No, it'll be okay. After all, we're all together. You have Mila, Jude, Rowan, and even Alvin. You know they'll figure something out. That's true.
You're here too, Leia.
Yeah, but it's not like I'll be any help. That isn't true. When you're here, everyone's happier.
Let's all go back to Rize Maxia together.
Okay, it's a promise.
So this entire city is powered by spyrix.
Yep. This world turns by stealing energy from spirits. Olympias has been doing that since ancient times. That's why it's rich in spirit fossils and little else.
How can everyone be so calm about killing spirits? With so many spirits gone, even nature is starting to disappear.
Olympians don't know that spirits create nature, or even that they're alive to begin with. All they know is that their primary energy source is drying up.
Yet they're not doing anything about it.
We've progressed this far by relying on spyrix. We can't remake our society overnight. Could you immediately stop using spirit arts if someone told you to?
No, I don't think we could. Riza Maxia couldn't exist without humans and spirits working together to cast spirit arts.
Symbiotic coexistence, eh? Must be nice. Maybe we Manalobless Olympians are simply destined for extinction.
I do suspect that was the destiny Maxwell originally had in mind, but I have no intention of adhering to Destiny's plans.
I envy your strength.
If you have time for envy, you have time to act. With your actions, this situation can change.
Change the entire world, huh? That's not really my style, but maybe just this once.
Is this another one of Ifrit's arcs? What's it doing on Olympias?
There are words appearing on it.
My name is Ifrit. I'm an explorer seeking a foreign world known as Riza Maxia. When I depart for it, I will gather the treasures I've collected in my adventures on Olympias and place them in arcs near my hometown as a gift to the next generation of adventurers.
Huh. So Ifrit was an Olympian.
He must have found some way to cross the schism to Riza Maxia.
And then he never made it back to Olympias. Never figured there'd be someone else besides you guys crazy enough to go running off to other worlds. Well, let's pay our respects to our predecessor and help ourselves to his loot. Where is everyone?
A spyrix casing.
This looks like a storage space for spyrixes, but the contents are destroyed.
Did Gaius do this?
Whoever it was leveled the larger facilities and warehouses, but left the other buildings intact.
In other words, their goal is not an invasion or to wipe out the military.
Mila, we should hurry and look for Balin.
Right.
Help me.
Are you okay?
Thank you. I think I'll be okay now.
This place seems deserted. Do you know where everyone went?
Some people got out early. I don't know about the rest. It was pretty chaotic.
Did you see the attackers?
The soldiers hit us like a wave. They were led by some guy with a giant sword and a flying woman.
Well, that settles it.
That it does.
They told us they'd destroy every last spyrix, then they ordered us to retreat.
Sounds like something he'd say.
Wait. It can't be. Gaius must be planning to eliminate every spyrix in the entire world.
Just to stop the Otherworld reactor plan? Isn't that a bit extreme?
No, it's a sound plan. Olympias' situation won't change as long as it has access to spyrix. Even if the current plan is halted, someone else will eventually come up with something similar.
By eliminating spyrix, Gaius is going right to the heart of the two-world problem.
Sounds like a lot of work. But if Gaius is anything, he's determined. Damn it. That puts Balin in danger.
Excuse me. Do you know anything about someone named Balin? He's a spyrix engineer.
You might find him over in the Spyrite Research Wing.
What?
Officially, it's called the Military Research Wing, but I wouldn't get your hopes up. Those freaks are probably still wreaking havoc over there.
I'm sure he's okay.
Don't worry about me. You just worry about Gaius.
Yeah, but still...
You already have enough on your plate. Your job is to keep moving forward, remember?
Right.
We don't have time to worry right now. The sappy stuff will have to wait.
All right, thanks.
So where's this military research wing anyway?
Just ahead. If it's still standing. Be careful.
You too.
You sure you're gonna be okay?
Save it, I'm fine.
I'm always surprised at how you're able to channel spirits without having to perform an incantation.
Is it that surprising?
No normal human could do that.
When channeling a spirit, the incantation is supposed to serve as the contract between the parties.
How do you channel spirits without a contract?
I don't do anything particularly special. When I offer mana to the spirits, I just infuse it with my desires. Get your act together and use your art, and no backtalk. Something like that.
That's not a contract.
That's a threat!
It's not good to coddle people, be they spirit or human. Wouldn't you agree?
Yes, ma'am!
Whatever you say.
Quite a surprising answer indeed.
With Mila, when isn't it?
We'll never find Balin or Gaius at this rate.
Let's look somewhere else.
Hold on.
What is it?
This confirms it. They created a spyride with the information Exodus gave them. Something called Volt.
Interesting.
So Gilland really was trying to save Olympius with spyrides.
What? According to this, that spyride thing was powered about a half an hour ago.
That sounds like it was one of the reasons for the chaos that transpired here.
Where'd it go?
I don't know exactly, but it looks like it climbed to one of the floors above us. What do you think?
It might be worth checking out.
Why do you say that?
I don't have any proof, but I think Gaius might have activated it. If he did, we should find him nearby.
But what would be his motive for using spyrite?
I have the same question. I think it's important we get in contact with him.
Jude, it's not that I don't want to meet him. But if Gaius is dead set on destroying all spyrixes, I doubt he'll listen to anything we have to say.
We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. If that's his plan, then I'll just have to stop it.
You say that now, but we all know how much you respect him. Just as you respect Mila.
Please, Rowan. There's no need for this.
You sure you won't back down in front of your hero, kid?
Hey, Jude doesn't need a lecture from you.
Yeah! Who died and made you head honcho?
It's okay. I do respect Gaius, but it doesn't mean I have to follow his path. I can create my own. Otherwise, I'll never make my own decisions. I won't grow up to be who I want to be.
Well said.
Hey, who turned out the lights?
The base's power went out.
Let's proceed with caution.
That must be Volt.
It appears to be a spirit that can control lightning.
It doesn't seem to be tethered to a human the way Celsius was to Gillen.
So you're saying it's out of control?
We won't get any answers until we calm it down.
So much electricity.
So much sound and light!
So what? That's not enough to stop us.
All beginnings must end. Let it be. By my hand! Elemental mastery!
Right on point!
Whirling assault! Okay, we finally stopped it.
Everyone all right?
Yes, somehow.
All the electric shocks may have helped my blood circulation.
We finally beat some sense into it.
Just another easy battle for yours truly.
If we've learned anything from Celsius and Volt, it's that spyrides are tough customers.
They're just as strong as the great spirits.
We were wondering when you'd show up.
Interesting. I never expected to find you here.
So you've come to Olympias after all.
I'm assuming you're the one that activated Volt. I don't understand your motive, though. Were you testing its potential?
Potential? I would never entrust my people's lives to something as tenuous as potential. I attempted to tether with a spyride, precisely because it is something you would consider.
What?
But it was for naught. Their power is far beyond human control. That leaves us with no choice but to eradicate every last spyrix from this world.
So that really is your plan?
Don't you realize what would happen?
We would end the Otherworld reactor plan once and for all. Surely the end justifies my means.
What about the schism?
We will leave it in place. As long as spyrixes exist, the threat of Olympias exploiting Riza Maxia remains.
And what of Maxwell? Do you plan to leave him where he is?
It is the duty of the strong to ensure that the weak do not perish.
This isn't right, Gaius!
What about it isn't right? We will safeguard the schism until the last spyrix is destroyed. Then, we shall unite the two worlds.
What about all the people who will suffer if you eliminate their spyrixes? Are you just going to ignore them?
Don't worry about the poor suffering humans. Gaius will protect them.
Jude, Mila, you of all people should understand the ideals I'm striving for.
What's the point of ideals if you force them on others? Don't you see what's happening? Spyrix is a necessity for these people. Take it away and they'll have nothing left.
Jude.
You talk only of possibilities. I demand certainties.
Maybe you're right, but I can't give up.
This conversation is pointless. Please, let's be off.
Yes, I suppose you're right.
What should we do now?
In the end, I couldn't. No, there are still things we can do. There has to be.
Balin? Balin!
Huh? Alfred!
It appears the elevator stopped working when the power went out. We must find some way to get them out of there.
Let's try climbing to the elevator.
Wait! We can use Volt!
How? Wait, you can't be serious.
You're not planning on tethering with it, are you?
Is that really wise?
Maybe not, but it's worth a shot. Only way to find out is to try. Volt, lend us your power.
No way, it worked!
It's still stuck. We need more power.
Please, just a little more.
This must be the same backlash that hit Gilland. Give it up, Jude.
Not yet! What are you doing?
Why do you insist on doing such reckless things by yourself?
Look who's talking.
Hey, don't leave us behind now.
If a task cannot be done alone, then we must simply do it together.
Keep trying and something's bound to stick sooner or later.
We want to help too.
Uh-huh.
Thanks, everyone.
Almost there. Focus.
Now!
Thanks for the save there.
Balin, who are these people?
They're patients. Each one of them has a condition that makes it impossible to live a normal life, even with spyrixes.
Wait. Does that mean the next generation spyrexes you've been researching are...
Yep. Those little critters they're using are spyrides.
These creatures are spyrides?
They're so cute! But they don't seem any more powerful than lesser spirits.
Of course not. They're lesser spirit spyrides after all. Wait a sec. Are you telling me you don't know how spyrides are made?
Do us a favor and assume we don't.
Well, you should ask one of the other engineers if you want the full spiel. But in simple terms, you've all seen spirit fossils, right? If one of you Riza Maxia folks pours mana into one, voila! A spyrite is born from it.
How strange.
I guess there's multiple uses to those fossils, huh?
The only catch is you need a booster.
What?
Wait, did you just say booster?
Yep. If someone with a booster pumps mana into a spirit fossil, the calculatrix art inside takes physical form. And that's how you make a spyrite.
How are they different from spyrixes?
It's a matter of art precision. These spyrites can be as precise as the spyrixis devices from back in the day.
I didn't expect to hear that name here.
Uh-huh. Too bad spyrixis devices consume spirits.
Does that mean spyrites don't kill spirits when they're used?
Pretty much. They're fueled by the mana stored inside spirit fossils, after all.
One thing I don't understand. These people seem to have no trouble using spyrites. And yet, we struggle to tether with Volt.
Spyrites made from great spirits are in a whole different league. The more powerful the base spirit, the lower the chances of a successful tethering. We're still just at a 50% success rate.
Hey, but that's more than enough.
At that rate, lesser spirit spyrites might completely replace regular spyrixes someday.
Then people won't suffer and spirits won't die either. We did it! Great job, Cheapo!
Hey, what are pals for?
Does this mean that Olympias's environment might recover too?
It just might.
Thank you, Balin. You have no idea how much this helps us.
You're welcome, I guess. But we really should be thanking you. You're the ones who saved our research, after all.
We did?
If you hadn't saved us, all of our spyrite research would have gone up in smoke. Someday these people will be able to get on with their lives again.
Something tells me this spyrite research is going to become very important.
Looks like we found the path we've been seeking.
Yeah, although the fight's not over.
Balin, could you tell us the exact spot where you found us?
Oh, of course. I found you all collapsed at the end of Rusal High Road. You can reach the high road by following this passageway here.
Now Gaius will have to listen to us, right?
No, it's too late. I don't know why I know this, but that was our last chance to convince him.
You look happy. I am, now that we understand the potential of spyrites. And it's all 'cause Jude wouldn't give up. I'm all like, yeah, take that, world.
Jude can really do great things when he tries.
I always knew that he could.
They're just as happy with his success as if it were their own.
I completely understand their sentiment, though. Jude had never been the type to lead the way. But this time, he chose a path and followed it through.
It's always good to see positive growth.
I wonder whose influence that was.
One thing's for sure, it certainly wasn't yours.
Oh? Haven't you ever heard of reverse psychology? Teaching by bad example?
At least your humility makes a fine example.
It's good to see everyone upbeat for a change.
Yes.
I've got to find a way to push the Otherworld reactor plan forward.
Were you involved in the plan's creation?
And who might you all be?
Oh, we're from Riza Max.
I'm a relative of Gilland Yulsevent. I was hoping you could educate this group about the Otherworld reactor plan.
You're with Gilland? Oh, I apologize for my rudeness. I work at the Department of Otherworld Affairs.
Figured it'd go smoother this way.
I presume your department deals with issues related to Riza Maxia?
Correct. As you're no doubt aware, we Olympians have passed down legends of another world since antiquity.
Every kid knows the story of the spirit Maxwell and the utopia he created for his followers, Riza Maxia. But from around the time I was born, scholars and politicians started taking that story seriously.
Correct. That was because we detected an unusual distortion in space. Our research suggested that vast amounts of energy could be circulating beyond the distortion. That discovery led to the creation of the Department of Otherworld Affairs' predecessor, the Next Gen Energy Bureau. They developed equipment to widen the distortion and study what was on the other side. Things were going well at first.
Then the equipment went haywire, and a passenger ship near the experimental site, the ESS Anithra, disappeared without a trace.
The incident 20 years ago.
Everyone thought the experiment had failed, but it hadn't. Several years later, we received a transmission straight from Gilland. He told us that he and the Zenithra had been sucked into the Otherworld, and that he had since created a device that could punch a hole through the spatial distortion.
And that he found a solution to Olympias's energy problems to boot.
That's right. His plan was to use the energy circulating throughout this other world as a reactor.
So what will happen to the people on that world?
Are you with the anti-governmentalists? Right now, the opposition party is using the issue of Otherworld people's rights as a shield to try and block the Otherworld reactor plan. Yet they have no alternative solution for our energy problem. Olympias has long since passed the point where we can solve our problems with idealistic jargon.
So you supported the Otherworld reactor plan, fully aware of the consequences.
You're damn right I did, and I continue to support it wholeheartedly.
Forget it, Mila. There's no point in trying to change his mind.
I know. My duty remains unchanged. Do everything I can to stop the plan from succeeding.